revising it. So in front of you are some points that provide a brief overview of the product. We will, in the upcoming slides go into the details, but that just to give you a brief overview of what we have done. So we have aligned the curriculum with NEP and the NCF, and of course focusing on foundational literacy and numeracy. A whole lot of new features, a plethora of features have been added to the print books that we will, in the forthcoming slide show you. We have added some new themes, but these have been in the market for about 2 years now. In the previous edition, there were fewer themes, but after studying the NCF and the NEP, we came up with 2 new themes that are relevant to today's time, and we've added them. And we have tagged in world around us, we have activities tagged to SDGs. Can you guys tell me what SDG stands for? I'm looking for some responses on the chat. What does SDG stand for? Do we have any responses?
Yeah.
Yes, the responses have started coming in. That's correct. I think most of you have gotten it right. It's sustainable development goals. These are goals that are formulated by the UN and to promote sustainable living. So we will get into it a little later in the presentation. But this is one of the added features in our World Around Us books. And lastly, we have completely redesigned the pedagogy of the lesson plans. How we have done it, we'll see in the later slides. So moving on. Thank you so much. The responses are still coming in. Thank you for being so active. Please continue to do so throughout the webinar. So here, what you see in front of you are just the covers, colorful, grade appropriate, attractive covers of a grade 1 book. By now, I'm sure you've had a chance to look at our books and what the covers of other subjects also look like. So it gives you an overview of a couple of things to notice here I would like to bring up. So each grade will have 3 books. So there are 2 course books, which part A and part B, and then we have a workbook. The course books are called My Learning Hub, and the practice and the workbook is called My Practice Hub. And if you see, a lot of thought has been put into the illustrations also. Each of these covers reflect the themes that they include. As you know, Oxford Advantage is a theme-based curriculum. All the chapters are organized according to themes. So art relevant, design and art relevant to the themes have been put on the covers. So for example, in part B, we have air and water, our India. So you can see elements of air, water, India on the cover itself. Same goes with, part A covers also. So a lot of thought has been put right from the beginning, right from the cover of the page. Moving on. What do we offer? The complete offering that we have for grades 1 and 2. Like I said, we have our course books, which is called My Learning Hub for English, Maths, World Around Us, and Hindi for those of you, for those schools who have opted for Hindi. Same for grade 2. Then we have a practice book along with each of the subjects and grade. We have an art and craft book, and we have added a wellness curriculum, which is not in print form. You will find it on the LMS. Okay, let's now dive into the proper features of the books. So as you know, NCF and NEP had recommended, before the preparatory, like the beginner grade begins, you have to first understand if the children are ready to for say grade 1, right? If they are ready to start grade 1, where they are placed before that. So before the proper curriculum begins, we have a preparatory module called prep time. So this will only be in grade 1. So you will find this in grade 1 maths, English, world around us, and Hindi. So this is a module that, which acts as a bridge plan between pre-primary and grade 1 to test where the child is, how much of the concepts do they remember from their last grades. So for example, you see the prep time plans, some of the pages of prep time plans from English, and these are very grade appropriate, full page gamified activities that test the concepts in a, or help them recall the concepts in a fun way. So the first, here you see there's a game on word families. So word families is a concept that has been taught in the pre-primary English grades. Then you can see like there's a song about going to school here. So a fun, but both educational fun beginning to the to the curriculum. So similarly for Hindi, you will see these. You will find this in grade 1 Hindi. This is the part of their prep time, and in Hindi it's called "Aao Aage Badhe," and very grade appropriate, colorful activities that the children will enjoy and learn from. These are some of the pages from the prep time from the maths books. Here you can see the concepts like counting, before, between, after, increasing and decreasing order. These are concepts that children of this age are expected to know before entering, say, grade 1. So this is where you can see how they are placed by attempting these activities. This is similarly, this is the prep time from for world around us. As you can see, we have really made them fun and interactive and grade appropriate and gamified them. They're learning these concepts through games, and they in a contextual manner also. What do I mean by contextual manner? If you see the third picture here, which says vehicles, like instead of giving individual images and labels like plane, image of plane and label below, image of train and label below, we have shown them in a proper context. If we are showing transport, road transport, we have showed them on the road. If we are asking them to identify water transport, they're on water. Similarly, air transport in air. So this is contextual learning. They are seeing where things actually belong. Then, the themes, as you know, we are a theme based program. So, these are the themes that we have in grades 1 and 2. So, in part A, so we now have equal number of themes in part A and part B. Part A includes themes I'm special, our community, basic needs, living world. And these are the themes in part B: technology, India, air, water, earth, and sky. And on the sides, you see some theme opening pages. These include again fun activities related to the theme that welcome or introduce the students to the theme. And what it includes, I will explore even further in the upcoming slide. So these are the themes in grades 1 and 2. The two themes that were added few years back was technology around us and our India. So when we were looking at the NCF and the NEP, these are the two things that really stood out, awareness of India, appreciating Indian culture, and also computational thinking, technology, digital literacy. So these are very relevant, topics in today's world, and also, NCF and NEP both have laid focus on it. So we introduce these themes only in our books. So technology around us and our India were themes added that we thought were relevant in today's time. The pedagogy, our signature pedagogy, I would like to say, in grades 1 and 2 is the CHAMPS pedagogy. What is the CHAMPS pedagogy? Our book is called Little CHAMPS, so our pedagogy is also CHAMPS pedagogy. So this pedagogy is directly interlinked with the Panchpadi or Panchadi framework as endorsed by the National Curriculum Framework. So here we have shown you a direct comparison. We have one step further. we before we get into the 5 steps of learning, we have a curiosity element, which is a precursor. So it's a precursor to the learning steps that NCF recommends, and then the NCF step starts. So these terms you guys are already familiar with: Aditi, Bodh, Abhyas, Prayog, Prasar. So we have given steps which directly correlates to these steps, and we have one step further, which is curiosity. So here, the steps that the NCF says key you have to first is introduction, where the topic is introduced, then the main concept is taught, and then they practice and they apply that knowledge, and expansion, where they share that knowledge. So we have the same steps here. The precursor is curiosity. These are some activities to set the context and get the attention of the students. Hint is to, through some activities or questions, give them a hint on what they're going to learn in that particular chapter. Action is the main concept. Manifest are the exercises or the practice section. Probe is again to check the conceptual understanding and how to apply it in real life. And sustain is basically to share their learning and track their learning outcomes. This is the overview. We will, in the upcoming slides, go through this one by one. What we will do is we will show you how this pedagogy is followed in our books by taking a chapter. We will go through one chapter, and each chapter we will take you through these features, which part of the chapter caters to which of these features. So here is the CHAMPS pedagogy. So the C in CHAMPS stands for curiosity, where this is the theme opening page. So there are 8 themes in total. So you will find one theme opening page for each theme. Then comes hint. It is the chapter opening page. There are a couple of elements on the chapter opening page. We will go into the details in the next few slides. Then after the child receives the hint, the action. A in CHAMPS stands for action. Action is the main content of the chapter, where the learning is happening, the main learning is happening. Then there's manifest. Manifest is practicing what you have learned. So we have exercise. In this section, we have all the exercises. Then after the exercises, once they have learned the concept, how do they apply the concept in real life? So this probe section with P, which is the probe, which is the P in CHAMPS, you will see this in the let's apply section. These are sections that are there in every chapter. Then we have the let's share section, which is the S of CHAMPS, that is sustain. Sustain is sharing and measuring and tracking the learning outcomes through the ICANN section. So this is the CHAMPS, CHAMPS pedagogy, that is followed in every chapter of all the books. Now let's get in deeper into what these elements are, because the pedagogy is the most important, I would say, part of delivering our content. So let's take some more time and get into it and understand what this pedagogy and how we have, incorporated this pedagogy into our chapter. Right. So we start with C of CHAMP, which is the curiosity element. So the C of curiosity here, you will find this is the theme opening page. So every theme, before we start with the chapters, you'll find the theme opening page. These are full page illustrations that reflect what the theme is. So the theme is living world, which is plants, animals. So on the illustration also, you'll see plenty of elements of nature. So the theme opening page, is the curiosity element, as it makes the child or learner curious as to what are they going to do in this theme, what chapters will they do, what concepts will they cover. So this is to build this page builds curiosity in the students. And apart from the attractive, age appropriate full page illustrations, these have various types of activities to make the children more curious. So these could be activities like small games, puzzles, or coloring activity, puns. So what you see in front of you is an optical illusion. So you see an elephant and a cow here, but when you flip the page, you'll see two completely different animals. So these are very exciting activities for the students and to be done in the classroom, that will excite them to, or make them curious as to what's going to happen now in a very fun and interactive way. And the list of chapters are also given on this page, so you know that there are two chapters on this page and they're listed here. So this is the curiosity element, which is the theme opening page of the theme. Then comes the H element. Now, H is hint. What do we have here? This is the chapter opening page. After the child has been introduced to the theme, now we come to the chapter. Now, before the main content of the chapter begins, we have the chapter opening page. The chapter opening page has three elements: I wonder, I would, I know. Very personalized, headings that the child can relate to. So in I wonder, we have given simple, very simple but thought-provoking questions that lead them to think more about the theme, that what am I going to learn here? And these are great discussion opportunities for discussion in the classroom before you start the lesson. Then I would are all the learning outcomes that will be covered in this chapter. I know is a simple warm up activity which is based on their previous knowledge. They will be able to attempt it without getting into the main concepts of the book. So these three elements are part of the chapter opening page, which is the H of CHAMPS, right? Then we come to A. A stands for action. Action, it covers the main content of the chapter. So all your main learning component, right? So in world around us and maths, it would be your main concept that is there, and in languages. It's the story or the poem, the main content. So this is the action of CHAMPS. That is the main topic or main concepts, where the main concepts are covered. Then we have our M. M is our manifest. Manifest is basically to practice what you have learned, right? To make the learning even more concrete and clear to the students. This is the practice section. So all after the main content is over, these are a lot of different types of questions, from objective to subjective, lower order to higher order. We have given all types of questions here, and here the child can practice what they have learned. Moving on, then comes the P of CHAMPS, that is probe. Probe is to check how the child can apply that concept in real life. Now that they have learned the concept, they have done some practice exercises on the concept, how do they apply that concept? So if I go back slightly, so the chapter is on, this is a chapter from grade 2 English. This is on rules to be followed in a jungle. It's on the importance of following rules for everybody. And then, so let's apply, we have given an application based question where, the children have to then think of a set of rules and choose and follow those rules in the classroom. So real life application of, rules in the classroom. Then we have S, which is sustain. Sustain is to expand the knowledge that they have gained now in different ways. They are now, and how do they expand it? By sharing it. So the sharing can happen in different ways. The sharing can be with another peer, with the whole classroom, sharing with the teacher, or even sharing with family members at home. So different types of sharing activities. And so here, relating to, the topic in the chapter about rules, here we are asking them to share their knowledge of like rules through a short play. So this is a group activity where, where they have to put up a play where to show the importance of rules. And part of sustain is your I can section, where all the learning outcomes are presented again, and then the child can track the learning outcome, and it's for you to also, for the teachers also, to understand, where they need help, which are their strong areas, which are their weak areas, and then do remediation based on their responses. So this is our let's share section, the S of CHAMPS, which include the let's share and I can section. So this completes each element of CHAMPS, CHAMPS pedagogy. You will find this pedagogy flowing, harmoniously in all our chapters. Now, just to check whether you are with me so far in this journey, I have a few quick, easy questions for you guys. So please put your responses on the chat. My first question is, which component of the CHAMPS pedagogy is shown by this page and activity? So if you look at the page on your right, it is a page from one of the books. Which part of CHAMPS, CHMPS, which part of CHAMPS does this page show? Can I have some responses on the chat?
Somebody is asking I can section.
Brilliant. Okay, great. I know that you guys are with me. All correct. All correct answer. Right. So this is the curiosity of CHAMPS, which is curiosity. This is the theme opening page of our first theme called I Am Special. It's a simple coloring activity and list the chapters. Thank you so much, everyone, for your responses. People are still typing in. Thank you so much for being such an active audience. Right. My second question is, what the A in CHAMP stands for action. What is this section all about? What will you find in action in the books? This is my second. Okay, responses have started coming in. Main content, main content. Right, number 2, main content, main learning. Absolutely. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your responses. You're absolutely right. Action is the main content of the chapter, whether it is concepts in world around us or maths or the literary pieces in languages. Thank you so much for your responses. We'll move on then. After the chapters end, we have something called the theme ending pages. The theme ending pages have two sections. One is life skills and fun tasks. They are self-explanatory names. In life skills, we cover an important life skill that we feel that children should have. It also caters to 21st century skills, and we have designed activities to promote these skills in children. This is just one activity. And in fun task, which is the second part of the theme opening page, these are again activities tagged to art integration and again 21st century skills. So you'll find a lot of fun art based activities, drawing or making something or drama here. In the second part. So these are the two. So we have our theme opening page. So we really close the loop in that one theme by having the theme ending pages. Now, going deeper into some of the key features in our products, and these are all aligned with recommendations by the NCF. So this is just a brief overview. I will go into it deeper in the upcoming slides, but just to call out the features in a brief way. Through integration, we are an integrated product. We call ourselves a thematic and integrated product. So we will show you how we have achieved this integration in our book. Design strength, as if you have had the opportunity to look at the books, I'm sure seen we have spent a lot of time and effort. A lot of creativity has gone into designing each and every page of the book. we have kept in mind the grade appropriateness. The pages should look good, attractive for students. So we'll explore this too. We'll see some of the examples. Say and spell is an important feature we have added in the English books. All my English teachers would know how important phonics and spellings are. So we'll this is something that has been added, and we'll explore it in a couple of minutes. Prayas is a new section that you will only find in World Around Us. This is where the SDG tagging comes in. Then World Around Us, you'll also find Vocal for Local, which is basically activities that makes one appreciate Indian culture. Then we have the section called Let's Experience in Maths, which is one of the most important features of our maths curriculum in grades 1 and 2. What is it? What does it have? We will explore in some time. Story sum again in maths. If you do a before and after of previous edition and now, you'll see how we have changed the face of the story sums. Now we will go into these features and give it more details, like explore it with some more details. Right. So first is integration. We pride ourselves in our integration that we have achieved in grades 1 and 2. We are a truly integrated product. And what do we mean by that? So there are two ways in which this happens. So if you see the first picture, so this is a picture from World Around Us. And instead of giving simple text, explaining the concept to simple text, we have done it through a poem. So there is integration across types of text. So English texts like poems and stories are blended into the different subjects, even maths, World Around Us, and the concepts are taught through these stories and poems to make learning more impactful and engaging for students. And the second level the integration happens is um, this characters from one book entering other subjects. So if you see the picture in middle, this is a character called Anya, which is in the first chapter of grade 1 English, and the picture is from the World Around Us book. So we have used the same characters, the same setting, in fact, to explain concepts in the other subjects like maths and World Around Us. Now, what this does is uh, uh, a situation of familiarity always helps our children retain more, understand more. They have already come across this character, and now they're learning a new concept through the same character. So they remember more, they recall better. Okay, I've seen this character, in English. Now they are in World Around Us also. Similarly, in the third picture, this is from the second chapter, Rani's first day in school. So the character of Rani, which is in English, we have brought her in to teach or help understand some concepts in World Around Us. So this is the level of integration. We have used different forms to explain concepts, which is poems, not just plain text format, but poems, stories, and we have brought in characters from English to the other subjects to show integration. So this is the example how we have shown integration in World Around Us. On a similar note, this is the integration we have done in maths. So even in maths, which students may find intimidating, we have brought in like the fun elements of stories and poems to explain the concepts. So here, if you see the picture in the middle, so this is from a chapter from English called Sushila's Columns. And if you see the picture next to it, the last one, this is from the maths book, grade 1 maths book. So as you can see, not just the same character plus setting has been used in maths to explain the concept of money, like of notes. So this is the level of integration we have achieved. We have taken characters, settings from English and carried them to other subjects to uh, teach concepts in an integrated and contextual manner, so that the familiarity is always there with the children, so that they can connect it. So this is the integration in maths. Um, Now, coming to design strength, like I said, a lot of thought and creativity has been put into the complete conceptualization of each page, right? So, a lot of efforts have been made to make the books look age appropriate and attractive, so that children enjoy not just enjoy looking at it and enjoy learning from it. So, for example, if you look at the first page, they're teaching about climbers. So instead of just showing a climber and labeling it as climber, we've shown a complete garden where you can see climbers and creepers as naturally being part of the environment. World around us is about the natural environment. So we have given full page illustrations where contextual learning can happen. Another example is the last page here. So if the topic is, say, you know these are some animals that live on trees. So instead of just individually showing, this animal, this label, this animal, this label, we have given the complete setting of, we've made the page look like a forest, and where the animals are placed where they can be found naturally, like, so contextual, real life based learning is what world around us goes for. And these are just some of the pages that show it. Do take a look at all the pages and see these elements. So this is how we have achieved design strength in our books, and these are some examples from world around us. Similarly, if those of the schools that have opted for Hindi, you will notice the presentation on the pages. A lot of careful thought and design have been put into the design elements, all grade appropriate, child friendly illustration, full page illustrations, so that children enjoy just holding and looking at the books, and of course learning from them. Coming to specific features, so in English we have added this section called say and spell. Certain topics were already there, but this time we have given a in this these version of the books, we have given a proper progression. So the English teachers know how important phonics is. So these section include some basic topics of phonics along with spelling. So you'll have your sound and spelling both covered in this section. These are, important, aspects of learning English. So we have made the pedagogy even stronger by adding this section in our books. Then, as I was telling you earlier, how we have tagged SDGs. So, you will find this in the theme ending pages of the World Around Us books. This section called Prayas. Prayas, these are basically activities that, encourage children to live a sustainable life, and all the activities are tagged to the Sustainable Development Goals that have been formulated by the United Nations. So this is to make them more aware citizens for environmental awareness, and we have added this section in the World Around Us books. Um, another feature in the World Around Us books is vocal for local. As the name itself suggests, this is to promote and appreciate Indian culture. And these are some of the examples. In the first one, it's on yoga. Yoga has Indian origins, and of course, for physical fitness of the children too. So this is on yoga. The next one is on home language. Promoting Indian languages, and NCF also says promoting multilingualism. So whatever language they are comfortable in, they can, the activities to, prepare a story in their home language, promoting Indian multilingualism. Then the last one is they're doing a fun activity where they have to make a sharbat. So these are all different grade appropriate activities that encourage them to know more about the Indian culture and appreciate it. In maths, we have added this section called Let's Experience. It's a key feature, not even a feature, it's the pedagogy of our maths chapters. So the pedagogy that the NCF recommends for teaching maths concepts is ELPS. So, what is this approach? I'm sure a lot of you are already aware of it. I would still like to explain what the ELPS pedagogy is. So, instead of straight away, writing on the board that 1 plus 1 is 2, there is a proper step-by-step guide as to how to introduce a topic. So, first is experience. Give this is basically a tactile activity. You have to give them something physical to touch and feel. So let's take the example on the page, balls, right? So you bring some balls to the classroom and let the students touch and feel it, that this is a ball, this is what it feels like, this is what it looks like. Then comes the language. You give the name that these are two balls or these are three balls. Put two balls here and three balls there. Then you have language. Language is basically, language I've already covered, pictorial. Then you pictorially represent in the book what the concept is. So, for example, you want to teach 2 plus 3 is 5. So, you tell them put two balls here, three balls here, and then results in five balls. So, pictorially represented in the book. And then towards the end, once they know, physically seen the balls, touch them, organize them in according to this, then towards the end you give them the symbols. Symbols is basically, this is what 2 is, this is what 3 is, this is what 5 is. So this is a pedagogy that is highly recommended by the NCF to teach maths concepts, and all our maths topics follow, all the maths chapters follow this pedagogy, ELPS pedagogy, that will help you greatly. And children will also understand with in a very experiential manner. So this is to teach, because maths concepts are abstract, so this helps them learn an abstract concepts in an experiential manner so that they remember better, retain better, right? Straying away a little, this is another example of integration. The photo, the picture that you see on the right is actually from an English chapter, again the first chapter, and we have integrated the character and the situation and the story in maths to explain a concept here. Then story sums. Story sums have been a feature in our books before too, but we have completely given it a facelift, if I may say. So all these characters you see are from the English chapters, in from the same theme, in fact. So we have made them more visually appealing so that if the children enjoy doing these activities, you will find all story sums have been presented in a very child friendly, engaging, entertaining, colorful manner. Maths need not be a boring subject. Coming to art and craft. Now we have completely changed the approach of art and craft here. We've made it a lot better. We've given it a proper progression, a lot of thought. It is not just coloring and drawing. What you see in front of you is the curriculum, art and craft curriculum of grades 1 and 2. As you can see, these are all again theme wise. We have 8 themes. So these are theme wise activities. There are two things happening here. We have given different techniques of coloring and different types of craft. So this is not just one type of art and craft activities. We have explored we have given a variety of activities this time. Block coloring, zigzag shading, art and craft, also a lot of different types of activities, and that require few or no resources. So these are resources that you can easily procure. You will not find any difficulty finding these, arranging for these materials. You will either they will already be in the classroom, or you will, or they can be easily get into art and craft a little more. We have completely redesigned our art and craft curriculum. So this is just an example. Suppose the topic is block coloring. On the first page, the concept is being shown. See, this is what the technique is. You can see some pictures that follow this technique. Then on the next page, there are step-by-step instructions as to how you can do this or follow this technique. Then on the third page is basically the canvas of for the child where they get to practice. You will find different types of practice activities. Some pages are completely blank where they can practice what the technique they have learned. Here they will practice block coloring on this. So this is the approach of the art and craft books, and a lot of fun activities are also part of it. I would love to share one of them with you, and it would be fun if you have paper and some crayons with you. See, these are activities that you can easily arrange and find in the classroom. For this activity, you will only need an A4 sheet or and crayons. That's it. So if you have, I know I can't see you, but if you have a sheet of paper or crayons or even a pencil in front with you, you can try this. Otherwise, just enjoy watching the video. These are very simple. This is a very simple and fun activity that can be executed in the classroom without resources that you have difficulty procuring. You can easily procure these. And here is the video. Those of you who want to, please try it. If you have crayon or pencil paper near you, others can just like enjoy. It's a very short video. I yeah. So, thank you for watching this. And if somebody has attempted this, thank you to those as well. So, as you can see, these are very grade appropriate, simple activities that you can, execute in the classroom. That is our art and craft books. Um, this time, NCF has. I'm sure you have, seen how much importance they have given to wellness. Whether it is physical, mental, environmental. So to cater to this, we have taken out a wellness curriculum in collaboration with a third party called Rangeet. And these are basically, it follows the Sikh pedagogy, social, emotional, and ecological knowledge. So this moves from the self to the society to the environment, so from self to the world. And so this caters to not just physical and mental and emotional well-being of the children, but ecological awareness as well. So here, you will find the lesson plans, of because this is completely digital. You will find the lesson plans and a lot of worksheets and videos and songs and animations on our learning management system. You'll find all this in the LMS. Just calling out a few features here. These are the four sections that you will find in the lesson plan. So it comes in the form of lesson plans and digital resources. So these are the lesson plans follow this format of let's learn, let's practice, let's apply, let's sustain. So this is again directly correlated to our own our pedagogy in our main books also. So same pedagogy has been followed here for consistency, and you will find that this is also based on the same themes that we have in the grades 1 and 2, right? So as I had said, these are activities, lessons, on self care, caring for people around you, and caring for the environment. Coming to our teacher's handbook, we've added, in the teacher's handbook, just calling out a few, features. The pedagogy is we follow a three-step pedagogy in our lesson plans: warm up, procedure, and wrap up. I'm sure you've had a chance to look at it. Then we have added a lot of teaching and classroom management strategies that will be very, very helpful for the teachers. We've given a lot of these, we've suggested some strategies that you can use to facilitate lessons in the classroom or manage the classroom. Then common errors wherever applicable, in whichever subjects, whichever grade, whichever topic, wherever applicable, we have given common errors. And of course, to map it with the NCF, we have all the lesson plans. The learning outcomes that we have given in the lesson plans are directly aligned to the competencies and curricular goals from the NCF. Do go through the features in in the books, in the TMs as well. These are just some screenshot. I know it must look very small right now, but just showing examples of what it looks like. So the first is, as I had said, these are some suggested teaching strategies you can use. They range from individual activities to pair activities to group activities. So these are some strategies you can use for different purposes in your classroom, right? This magnet summary, read and discuss, think, pair, share. Then we have this section in each of the lesson plans called Teach with Excellence. These are again classroom management techniques where you can, follow to gain the interest of the students, understand where they are, make them do an activity, and to generally manage the classroom. You can follow these suggested, strategies. On the right, you can see the chapter plan. So, what the chapter plan does is it gives you an overview, like a quick access, quick overview to the entire lesson plan of a chapter. So, let's take one example. So, this is the first chapter of grade one English, Mom and I. So, the chapter plan comes in 2 pages. The first page will give your details, basic details like class, subject, and chapter, the concepts, and the learning outcomes. The second page is what you will find very, very useful. So, this is basically a day wise breakup of what concept will be taught and which books will be needed on each day. So, this is like a quick access for you to prepare yourselves that I will need this for the classroom, for the session. So, for example, there are 15 days here. So, the first chapter, Mom and I, is getting completed in 15 days. So, for each day, what is needed? Which section is being covered from the book, and what book will you need? If you see here, it's written MLH. MLH is My Learning Hub. Then we have MPH, and which is My Practice Hub. So, we have even detailed which part of which book you will need, like worksheet one from the practice book. This is a quick overview of all the or of what you need to prepare for the chapter, for the upcoming classes. So this is something that you will find very helpful. So that brings us to the end of the print features. I hope all these features, I hope you observe these and see them yourself. Now that we have taken you through a presentation, I hope you go and see them in our books also physically. Like, where do you find this? What is the CHAMPS pedagogy? How is it flowing in the chapter? Now, after the print, we now have a very fun, the fun doesn't end here. We have a very fun and engaging session on digital, on what are the new and exciting features we have added on our learning management system, for which I invite Yukti, and Yukti will be taking you through on your LMS journey. Thank you so much. Yukti, please take over. I just stop sharing. Wait.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Sarita.
Sarita. Yeah, I'll just share my screen. So, good evening, teachers. I hope you enjoyed the session on print. And now I will be taking you through our LMS. Before that, I would just like to ask you one quick question that since you are teaching young learners of classes 1 and 2, how long do you think that they are able to focus on plain text? Like if you're not showing them any videos or animations or no games, what is the attention span like in your classes? If you could just share quickly. Yeah, responses.
No.
Not more than 20 minutes, right? 10 minutes. Yeah, that is how children are. One, 22, 3 minutes, 8 minutes, 15. Yeah. No, I can understand. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Not a long time. Very correct. Yeah. Yes. Yes, yes. Thank you so much for sharing the responses. So, this is absolutely right. You know, they can focus maybe for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, maximum 15 minutes if we are lucky. But so that is why, but we have to make them focus on the studies like for longer than this, because our teaching periods are 30 or 30, 35 minutes long usually. So, do you think that if we can integrate, if we can blend this, some digital resources into our lesson plans, make them more interactive, have some concept animations, so we'll be able to increase their attention span, we will be able to engage them for longer. Have you experienced this yourself in your classes?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. So yes, correct. So that is why it is very important. Now we have seen that how our program Oxford Advantage, a Little Champs, is integrated. Now we will see how it is also a blended program. So how we have blended the print and the digital components. So our LMS is very very child friendly, and how by using these engaging animations and assessments, and we have very structured question banks, how we can make the teaching more joyful and hence the learning more effective. So now this is the home page of Oxford Advantage that you can see here. Now here is the teacher's profile on the right side, topmost right. You will have your teacher's profile and you will be able to see only those classes which have been assigned to you that you will be taking in that particular session. Now I will, and here you can see all the, if I go to class 1 for the session 2026, okay, yeah. So here I will see all the subjects like word around us, Hindi, embracing harmony that Sariba has explained that you will find it on the LMS, and you will be learning more about this in a separate session. Art and craft and English and maths. So you have all the subjects listed here. If you look at this, the tab, so here we have total number of chapters 12, total number of questions that we have in the question bank 643, and the total number of learning resources 67. That is there for the whole, that is there in the complete book. We can go to this particular subject. So class 1 maths is opened. Here you can see there are different tabs: lesson plans, learning resources, question bank, test, and my book. On the left, you see table of content. So this is the digital TOC for maths class 1. So the first is prep time. That is the bridge course that we have explained that we are giving in class 1 in all the subjects. Here are the chapters listed out, and there is a drop down button. So if you want to see all the concepts that are there in the first chapter, counting tales. Also, classroom teaching is it can broadly be categorized into three phases: before teaching, during teaching, and after teaching. Uh, so before teaching, what all preparations we have to do, like, as a teacher, we have to prepare the lesson plans, what we are going to do on which day, what are the learning resources that we are going to show, all these things. So a lot of preparation goes into planning a class. Then during teaching is like how we are going to present the lesson. So the first part, lesson plans, is taking care of the before teaching part. Second, during teaching, you have a lot of learning resources here that we have actually, our lesson plans have been tagged to. And then after teaching, we need to check that, we have to reflect on how our children have learned, and that is why we need assessments. We need questions, good questions, to assess how they have learned and what needs to be improved in our practices. And like I was just going through the comments when Sariva was taking the session, and Rokia ma'am has rightly mentioned that, these lesson plans have really helped the teachers, that a lot of the burden of planning has reduced so they can actually enjoy the teaching part. So thank you. And it's not so nice to actually, look at all these comments coming in from all the teachers. So let us just have a look at all these things, all these tabs one by one. So right now we are at lesson plans. Now these are the lesson plans. The tab that is highlighted shows 137 is the total number of lesson plans that we have for grade 1 mathematics. For the first chapter, if I have to see now, all the concepts have different lesson plans tagged to them. If I go to numbers and number names up to 50, so there are 4 lesson plans that are tagged to this particular concept. This icon here shows, mathematics lesson plan 1.3, and the icon after 1.3 shows that there are learning resources tagged to this particular plan. So there would be an animation or a game or an interactivity with this lesson plan. Now on the right here, this is the play button. If I click on the play button, yeah, so we get the lesson plan here. So there are 4 sections. The first one is the warm-up section. Second is procedure. Third is the wrap-up section. And fourth is fun at home. And you can see that there is a learning resource. This is a game tagged to this, as we have written also. There's a game, number match level 1. Also, we can launch the LRs from here, the assets from here, the launch button. So when I click on the launch button, here, sorry, I get the game. Yeah. So we get the game and we can play it rightly from here. You can call the children to the board and they can attempt, or you can just do it, and they will definitely enjoy this. So, yeah. And that is like for different concepts, you will find different number of lesson plans here. So this is there for all the subjects and for all the chapters. Now, this also allows us to edit the lesson plans. Here, the third button that you see says edit. So when I click on the edit button, it gives me an option of making any changes to the existing lesson plan. So here you see that it has become editable. Yeah, so if I don't want to make a change on this page, maybe on the next page, yeah. Yes, on the right hand side, you see all the learning resources that are available for this chapter. So maybe you wanted to show a video to the students, maybe, yesterday, and today you realize that you could not because of some time constraint or something, and you want to add that particular resource to this particular plan. So you can just drag and drop it here and save it, and then it will appear in your lesson plan that you have edited. Now when we go back, So these plans in which you have made changes will appear under My Lessons. So the last tab here, My Lessons. So this will show you all the plans in which you have made any changes. So the original plan will not get changed. There will not be any changes to the original plan. Your plans will get saved separately under this tab. Yeah. Next is learning resources. So now learning resources we can access through three ways now. First one, the lesson plans that we have just seen that, we can launch the LRs from there. Second is the learning resources tab. So here you get all the learning resources that are available for this particular class listed. So there are 67 learning resources that you have for this chapter. And third is the ebook that we will learn about later in this series. So here the learning resources are, suppose I go to this first chapter only. Let's take the first chapter. So now it has changed to 8 from 67. So the complete book has 67 resources, and this particular chapter has 8 resources, learning resources. So we have a concept animation, we have games, we have interactivities, all tagged to this chapter. So we can just try and play this animation.
Comparing numbers.
It's Mira's birthday. She wants to gift some old notebooks and pencils to children at an orphanage. She and her brother Ravi are making gift bags using old newspapers to.
Yeah, so this was, I just wanted to show you. This was an concept animation on this chapter. So likewise, you have games, countdown game. So these are the instructions. You can start the game and just arrange these numbers in decreasing order. You can play this game, and children really enjoy in games because we have different levels also, like countdown level 1, countdown level 2. So these are really nice games and animations available. Then we go to the question bank. So in maths, since we are doing maths here, Abhi, there is, and in all the subjects, there's always requirement for more and more questions for practice. So we have a very vast question bank available for all these subjects. Here, as you see, there are 643 questions available for this chapter. And these questions are tagged for different categories. Like the first question, if we see here, fill in the blanks with the correct answers, we see that the complexity, the type of question is, it is a FIB question, fill in the blanks. It is a medium complexity question. Then also we have categorized, we have they've been classified into different levels of the Bloom's taxonomy. So this is an understanding question as per the Bloom's taxonomy, and marks 2. We see the information button here on the right. It tells us all the details about that particular question. So like, this of 2 marks, but the concept is multiplication. It's a medium difficulty question based on understanding and the skills that are being checked, this, in this particular question. So let us, we can also, I'll just take you to the first chapter because place value and place value of numbers. Okay. Let us play this. Yeah. So let us try and attempt this. Fill in the blanks with the correct answers. 41 and 43 have 4 at 10's place. I submit it. It gives you the summary of this, like after you have attempted a particular question. So maximum marks was 1. And since the answer is correct, the scored mark is 1. Complexity and classification is given here. Now, another question. Fill in the blanks now. Let us suppose we write 1 here. Now, 1 is not the correct answer. So our scored marks here is 0. Yes, so we have attempted these questions. Also, you can filter, like there is a filter option, and here you can filter like according to the question type, the complexity, classification, and marks. If I want to see that in this particular chapter how many multiple choice questions I have which are medium complexity, so I can apply this filter. I think this, no questions found. So you can try, maybe there could be like medium questions we have in some different type. We can go back and check. Just take this. We're taking another example. So let us try and apply the same filter here. Huh. This is okay. I don't see the button.
इसी मीडियम हार्ड में ऑल कर दो how many MCQs.
Okay. So here it gives me a list of all these questions that are medium and multiple choice. So this is how you can apply filters for different questions as per your own requirement. Next, we have the test tab. What do we do here? We can generate tests for your classes. I'll just show you how we can create different tests using the question bank. So all the questions that are there available in the question bank, we can create different tests. With those questions. So there is a button here, create test. We click on this. Now create test. We click here. Yeah, so it says class because we had already selected class 1. Select the theme, chapter. We can select, suppose, chapter 1. And the test name is, I have already used, so I'm just using a different name this time. And please make sure that you choose a unique name for the test name, because if we create a test using a very common name, if there is somebody else also makes a test using the same name, the test will not get saved. So yeah, now there are different sections here. We can create different sections under the same test. This is by default, the section name is default section. We can edit this default section. Let me make it section A. Yeah, section A. And then how many questions do I want to give in this particular section? Say 5. I save this. Okay, this section has been created. Section name is A. Now I need to add questions in this section. So all the questions will appear. You can choose the questions, or suppose you want to create sections with different types of questions. So I will use the advanced search. Maybe in section A, I just want to give multiple choice questions. So it will show me all the multiple choice questions. I can select 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we have selected 4 questions and we can add these questions to section A. Yeah, it's taking a little time. So it says total 5 questions have been selected. Now, okay, section A we have created. If we want to create another section, we will again click on add section. We can name it section B. And number of questions, maybe suppose 3 you want to give, save. This appears again, add questions again. Okay, so these questions I've already selected in section A. So these have been disabled. I can't select them. There will be a repetition of the questions otherwise. Suppose these 3 questions I want to give here. Add to section. Now total 8 questions have been selected. So here we see that. Okay, and this is like you can add your own instructions, and at the end of the test, if you would like, to change this, you can change it. any message that you want to give for the students, number of attempts, test duration. So all these you can make changes and save. So the test has been created successfully. Yeah. So this is the test, and you can assign this test to your class. If you want to assign it to the whole class, you can assign, or if you have any particular groups, you can do it. Choosing my groups, you can assign this test. So this is about the tests. Now we come to my book. So we have a very, very interesting, amazing ebook for all the subjects for in our course. And I'm going to show you, since we have been doing the same chapter for question banks and learning resources, I'm going to play the ebook for the same chapter. So this is chapter number 1, Counting Tales. We click on play ebook and we enter.
I am special.
Being in grade 1 makes us wonderfully unique and special.
Chapter 1, Counting Tales.
So you see, this is such an amazing page that appears in the beginning, and this is a theme page, and children already see this in the print book. But when it comes alive, and this characters have been animated, the page, they really enjoy this, and they look forward to study what is there inside and learn more about the chapters. So this is I'm special here, the chapter 1, Counting Tales. We click on this and we enter into the chapter. Okay, this is the TOC, the chapter 1. Okay, this is the first page. So the first page, now you see so many audio buttons available here. So let's
Chapter
play.
1, Counting Tales.
Right,
I would read and write numerals up to 50. I wonder, do numbers after 20 follow a pattern or are they unique?
So you see there is
I wonder.
sorry, yeah, so the audio button is available with different sections, and you can play the audio button whenever you wish to. And below this, in the I know section, so this has been taken from the book. I mean, like, we have made it interactive here in the ebook. So now we click on this, and here also we have
Maths is
the audio.
Lata's favorite subject. This is her class. How many students are there in her class?
Okay, and when we see that these exercises are also interactive. It is not just the audio that plays. Here, if you see how many students are there in her class, we can attempt this right here. And I type 11, and then you click outside this box. It turns green. This means that this is the correct answer. Now we can change it and see this is a wrong answer. So 10, we click outside the box and it turns red. This means that this is a wrong answer. So you see how engaging and how interesting is the ebook with all its wonderful features. Let's see what's there next page. If we see again, now as we have seen in the print books, that there is a lot of integration with different subjects. So here also this question is integrated with our the chapter 1 of our English book. And here is the
Anya's mother gave her a new book. Anya reads a new page every day. Right now, she is on page 20 of her book. If she reads a new page every day, then what page number would she be on the following days?
So see, along with the audio, the words are also getting highlighted. So a lot of features you will find here, which will actually make the books very, very engaging for the students. Yeah, so we have the audios for these sections, as you see on these pages. Okay. Now on this page, we see another icon. This is an icon for game. So when you click on this icon, a game will appear and I can play this game right here. You can call the students also to the board and they really enjoy. I'm sure they must be enjoying doing all these things. Yeah, so this is a game that can be played. Next. Oh, here we have a game as well as an interactivity representing numbers. So you can just attempt this and go back. Next page. Yes. So, yeah. So there's another icon. This is concept animation. So we have one concept animation tagged to this page. We can play it
Comparing
right from here.
numbers.
It's Mira's birthday. She wants to gift.
So this is the same animation that we had played using the Learning Resources tab, and it is available on the ebook also. So we can play it directly from here. So these ebooks can be used like the whole curriculum can be covered just by using the ebooks for all the subjects, for all chapters. We have everything embedded here. The games are there, learning resources, animations are there, activities are there, and even the questions can be attempted, the objective questions. You see in English, all the FIBs, the fill in the blanks, true, false, they can be attempted using the ebook itself. So the same. Yeah. So we come to this page. Let's practice. So let us see. Yeah. Here, see, this is clickable. Yeah, here we can attempt this question. If you can see, fill in the blanks with greater than, less than. So I just put a greater than sign here. And if I click outside this, it turns green. So this is correct. Second question is circle the biggest number. So let me choose a wrong response. I click on 28. So the red circle, red shows that it is incorrect. So like this, you can, all these questions can be attempted here. And there's a Math Lab activity. And the last page is I can and a value for you as given in the print. Now, there are more features that are available in the ebook. For example, there is a glossary, so that gives you a definition of all the keywords that are used in the book. Audio speed can be changed from this button. You can increase the speed of the audio or you could decrease the speed of the audio. So the button is there. Thumbnail gives you all the pages. You can see the chapter at a glance here. Then bookmark, you can bookmark, add a bookmark if you want to add a bookmark on this page. So this on this yellow mark, you click, so a red star will appear. It means that the page has been bookmarked. And if you want to remove the bookmark, again you need to click on the red star. So it has been removed. So when you go back and come to this page again, it has disappeared. Notes, we can add notes to any page if you wish to. Yes. Then view, 2-page view if you want. And when you click again on view, like I've clicked once, so it is 2 pages, the 2-page view. I click again, so it is restored to the same view that you were at. Spotlight. Yes, so suppose before spotlight, I would like to show you that this is zoom in. See, like on this particular page, there is the image of spoons. It looks, there is very, very small spoons, and the children are supposed to count these and then write the correct answer. So you can zoom in, and if you want to discuss a particular question, it's not going up. Okay, it's okay. I can choose the spotlight, and you can bring the spotlight also to that particular question and move it, and so that they can focus on a particular question or one particular thing that you would like them to focus in the class. So this is a very useful feature. Similarly, you go back by clicking the same icon again. Another is the mask feature. So if you have attempted the questions, or if you have to hide something from the students, that the answer is already written but you just want to hide it from them and take a quiz in the class, or just want to ask the students that what would the answer be. So these features are very very helpful. Maybe a diagram is given and its labelings are given, and you just want to hide a particular label or a particular answer, so that can be done using the mask feature. Zoom in, zoom out. So the TOC is there. All these features, I think broadly I have explained you. That's it. So I hope you liked the LMS, Learning Management. Our platform is actually very, very child friendly, and all these features, the ebook is wonderful. Please do use. And for now, I would like to ask which feature on the LMS do you use the most in your classes? If you could just share in the chat box. Just stop sharing.
Anybody else take some? After you're done, I'll just take 5-10 minutes. Videos, certificate.
Okay.
Ebook,
Thank
videos,
you.
animation.
Ebook. Yeah, games, videos. Thank you so much. It feels really nice that you've been using all these features and finding these useful as well for purposes actually solved.
Teachers corner.
Huh.
I'll just unmute myself.
So, yeah. Thank you, Yukti. Thanks a lot for taking the teachers through our LMS. I'll just take 5 more minutes, where I would like to bring the attention, or rather reiterate a few things Yukti has already said. Our test generator, it's a very, very useful tool for our teachers. So I would really encourage, it's very heartening to read that you're using so many resources like the learning resources, animations, interactivities, ebook. So glad to see all the efforts, have such positive results. So keep using them. I would just like to reiterate: do use the test generator. It will save a lot of your time. Some of you have weekly tests, some of you have monthly tests, bi-weekly, or tests in 2-3 months. We a lot of effort will be reduced here. We have a bank of more of thousands of questions in our combined one to grades 1 and 2 question bank. So I highly encourage everyone to please use the test generator and create tests easily. Like, Yukti has already shown the process. If you need further instructions, please reach out to your the OUP representative. They can show you. Do use the test generator. And great. And then one more thing is the ebook. Like Yukti has already mentioned, all our learning resources are now embedded use in the ebook. So if you can use the ebook as an anchor for the entire curriculum. You have the lesson plans on the LMS, and when you enter the ebook, you have the text and all the learning resources handy on the page itself. There and there, then and there itself, you can open those activities and make your lessons even more fun. And of course, do use the interactive feature of the ebook that Yukti had mentioned. All the objective type questions that are there in the book, like your fill in the blanks or true and false, matching, they have all been made. It's a truly interactive ebook. A lot of these places say they have an interactive ebook, but in the name of an interactive ebook, they just give embedded resources. We have that too, but our activities also, the objective activities are also interactive, as Yukti had demonstrated. Please check out other activities also ebook. You go to English or World Around Us, attempt a fill in the blanks activity. If you type in the right answer, it will straight away tell you whether it's incorrect or right. You can do discuss the answers there and then itself in the classroom by attempting it. If the answer is wrong, it's read. So these are some very special and unique features of our platform. So I sincerely encourage all of you to use these, explore our LMS, be on the LMS more, and really take full benefits of the features that we have given. So please do go through them and make your classes more engaging. If you have any questions, you can type it in and we will try to address it. Otherwise, I thank you again for taking out your valuable time, and it's almost 2 hours of session. So thank you for being with us so far, and hope you use these features and in your classroom, be it print or digital. And happy teaching from us. Anuraj, Kannan, you can take over.
All right. Thank you, Sareva and Yukti, for a wonderful presentation. I hope.
Anuraj, you're not audible.
Oh,
Yeah, you're audible. I don't.
am
Now
I
you're,
audible, right?
yeah, now you're audible.
All right. Fine. Yukti, I'm audible? Kanan, I'm audible, right? All right, fine. So thank you, Sareba and Yukti, for this wonderful presentation. I hope this session would be a very hugely beneficial for all our teachers, and sure they will implement all the features and LMS in the classroom. Thank you so much. Thank you, teachers, for joining the session. Thank you, Kanan, for your great support.
Thanks a lot, everyone.